Okay, I'm back. We're actually getting started now. I'm going to take about 8 cups of berries, whatever you feel like doing. And I've got my heat on high on my stove. And we're just going to measure out 6 to 8 cups of berries. Now, right now, these are just capped. They're not chopped or crushed yet, but I am going to show you how I do that in just 1 second. By the end of this process, your hands are going to have some red and pink stains, and you'll probably have some jam on you somewhere. So, let's see. That's about 8 cups of berries in my pot. Wipe my hands off. I got a few leaves that I see still stuck in there. And then I'm going to add my package of the lower sugar pink Sure-Gel box. And like I said, this is on high heat, so you're going to have to stir it. Can you check out that window unit behind me? It's pretty awesome, right? I know you're jealous. It's cool. I can send you one if you want. I'll send you that one if you want. You'll send me a window in return because the window's gone. So the window unit stays for now. Okay, this is a strawberry smasher. I don't know what else it could be used for other than to smash strawberries. We've always had them growing up. My grandmother left me a couple of hers, and I'm just going to run it through my strawberries a few times. You don't want to get them too fine because as they cook down, the juices, cook out of them, and so they can turn just a pure juice or like mushy strawberries, and you don't want that. I like chunks of strawberries in my jam. So we'll just run it through there a few more times. And those berries are already smelling great. And you want to stir this pretty frequently until it comes up to a rolling boil. And I apologize for all the steam. Our oven hood doesn't work, along with our oven. It doesn't cook at the right temperature, so we just make do. It's all good. Man, these strawberries are already getting really juicy. I don't think it's going to take long at all for them to come up to a rolling boil. Oh my gosh, it smells great. I wish I had some homemade shortbread to put this on when it was finished. If you hear dogs barking, I do apologize. My dogs are outside and they hear, all kinds of noises at night, and they start barking. As long as I ate my grandmother's strawberry jam, I think I only made jam with her 1 or 2 times. I think it was like her special thing that she liked to do for everybody else. So she would cook the jam and then give us all jars for Christmas and, whenever we wanted it. And she always had it at the breakfast table along with real butter, not margarine or Brummel and Brown like I use. She always had real butter and homemade biscuits and gravy, pancakes, what you name it. She had it on the breakfast table. It was so much fun getting to spend so much time with her. All right, we are at a full rolling boil. I'm actually going to turn this down a little bit. This says 8. I don't know what that actually is because you never know with our oven. It's a little old. So we are going to add this sugar. And in here I have half a cup of Truvia and 1.5 cups of just white granulated sugar. And we're going to add that in. Give it a good stir. Get it all worked together. Oh yeah, get all the sweetness going on. Making sure it's not sticking on the bottom of the pot. I've never used my La Creuset cookware for strawberry jam. All right, so what we're going to do is to bring, once the sugar's all mixed in, we're going to keep on stirring and bring it back up to a rolling boil and let it boil for 1 minute. And I've got my oven timer. So we'll set that once it starts to boil again and for 1 minute, and then we'll take it off the heat completely and let it sit for 5 minutes. And as it sits for 5 minutes, you start to notice there's like this foam that kind of forms over the top of it. So we'll just skim that off because you don't really want foam in your strawberry jam. Even though the foam still tastes really good, it's not that appealing. And so we'll just skim that off, and then we'll be ready to put it in our jars and top it with our lid. So it's really easy to make homemade strawberry jam. If you've never tried it, you should definitely go for it. It's so worth it when during, whatever month it is, Christmas morning when you break out the homemade strawberry jam. It just feels extra special because you put love into it and you took the time to make it yourself. And so it just makes it that much more enjoyable when you get to share it with others and enjoy it for yourself. All right, we're almost back to a boil. And you can already see this this foam that's kind of on the top. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but it's already got this little foam on top. And I'm not really sure. I think the more sugar you put in it, it seems like the thicker that foam gets. Because in my mom's batch, where she used the 7 cups of regular sugar, hers seemed like it had a little bit thicker foam on there. But either way, it doesn't matter. You're going to skim it off. All right, we're back up to a boil, so I'm going to hit start. Maybe. There we go. It's counting down now, and we're just going to let it boil for 1 minute, and I'm going to keep stirring it so it doesn't get crazy and overflow. I'm sure that, or I hope that all of you have overflowed your pots with boiling water with pasta or potatoes like I have. That's one thing to clean up, but boiled over strawberry jam, I can't even imagine the cleanup that would be necessary. I think my stove would just have to stay pink, which I can't say I would mind the pink stove because right now it's beige. And I think I'd be okay with pink over beige, even though I'm not really a pink person. Red, maybe. Red I could do. Stainless would be even nicer. If you know where any stainless berries are where I could overflow my pot with that and stain it, that'd be awesome. All right, we're almost to our minute mark. So make sure you have a cool spot ready to go for your berries. Woo! Woo! Alright, so I'm going to turn my heat off and move this back to a cool eye. And we're just going to let that sit for 5 minutes. I'm just going to keep stirring it while it's still at a boil until it stops. If you want a facial, just lean over the pot. Careful not to burn yourself too badly. I really love to give the strawberry jam as presents to people. One, it's funny because people think it's like really difficult to make, and they're like, "Oh, you went to all that trouble just for me," and you're like, "Yeah, I did," and I'm just kidding. That's not why I give it to people. It is funny, though. They think it takes a long time. But, it's fun, instead of giving, a store-bought gift or a gift card or money to someone, to give something that you actually, had your hands involved in, that you made for them, and something that they can appreciate. And when they enjoy it, in their breakfast or in their dessert, they're going to think of you more than one time. Hopefully they won't eat the whole jar in one sitting, although it has been done before between 2 people. No names, Daniel and Natalie. But, it's fun to give stuff like that. It's more meaningful, I think, to have something that's handmade or handcrafted or a homemade food or jam. And I think people appreciate it more. They think, it's like you put a lot more thought into it instead of, oh, hey, here's a gift card. Not that I'm opposed to gift cards. And if you want to send me one, I can give you my address. No problem. I love some gift cards. But I don't think I would ever choose gift card over homemade strawberry jam. So we're going to let that sit 5 minutes, and then we'll, crazy timer, and then we'll skim the foam off of it, and then we'll be ready to go. We'll put it in our jars, and we'll seal them, and they'll be ready to sit out overnight. And then tomorrow, we'll pop them in the freezer, or you can even store them in the cabinet, under a counter in a cool space if you would like to, or you could give them to other people, and they could put them in their freezers and break them out whenever they need a little strawberry goodness in their life. So, anyways, I'll be back in a minute when we're ready to put this into our jars. I can never find the stop button on this thing. It's crazy. Okay.